don't got it.
There we are. Good
Oh,
morning. Good morning.
everyone, Niyaki,
Kikadus.
Osio,
Madawika.
Anzda Hindidish,
Halito.
Guana,
Stongo.
Kurumante,
Yate.
Hey, Chimichagma.
Yeah. Chokma. Let's see. She lost our
Stongo.
comments for us.
Well, good morning. We're here at 1950 South Shepherd, El Ghetto.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was long. Did you?
How was Suda's party?
Oh man, it was really good. We got done with it. It's like, man, this was a party that
You wish you would have for you?
no, like it was not. It was unstressful. Like everything went good. Like
Yeah.
smooth and yeah.
2 years old, man.
2, yeah,
That's crazy.
2.
Feels like she's still a baby, man.
Mm-hmm. I know some people are like, "What? She's already 2."
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like you were just taken off not too long ago for her to be born.
Oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, because it was I think her due date was like mid-December.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they? But yeah. So it was a pretty good party. It was cold, but had the bounce house and food, and she had a good time. She tried to go to sleep right before, but I'm glad she wasn't cranky. But she had a good time. Ate cake, 2 cake pops, a cake. She ate 2 pizzas, a little bit rice, and then she played. And we got home and she played even more with her toys. So thank y'all to everybody who came out and brought her gifts. So
That's good.
many ha-hoos.
Yeah, me and the girls didn't do a whole bunch. For some reason they felt like baking this weekend, so we made cookies and they wanted to decorate them. So got the frosting and stuff and decorated all the cookies and
Oh, nice.
took them back. And then I seen this guy make banana bread with just peanut butter and some eggs and bananas. So I made some of that, and I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't ever bake nothing. So I was like 3 hours of my night on Saturday night was doing nothing but sitting there at the oven messing with stuff. And so I was like, what in the world is going on? It wasn't too bad.
Full moon?
Yeah.
How'd you cook in or what?
I guess I didn't even
Oh,
see it. Like I didn't even
yeah,
know it was a
full
full
moon.
moon. So
Yeah, it was pretty. It was the hunter's moon. Yeah.
yeah. And then last night I made some Spanish rice and enchiladas. So I like. It feels nice to kind of be back and doing stuff in the kitchen and doing different things and like trying different things out. And like everyone's always like, you need to do this more. You need to do this more. And I'm like, I don't have anybody to cook for during the week because the boys do their own thing. Yeah, they're adults and eat Taco Bell and McDonald's every night.
Yeah.
So I'll just be chilling and making me something small. And most of the time when I get home, it's just like, oh, I'll just have some salami and crackers or something.
Dang.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We would call that girl dinner, but we'll call it boy dinner for you.
Oh, okay, thank you. I
The
appreciate
salami
it.
and cheese, yeah.
What's that sandwich at 7-Eleven? Poor boy sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the po' boy sandwich. Yeah. But yeah, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on. We got the retreat coming up this weekend. Well, Rest Recovery got the retreat coming up this
Rest
weekend.
Recovery.
We got Sober Seams tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
Sober Seams tomorrow night.
And so,
I have Mending Mondays tonight.
oh yeah, they
Broken
do.
Hearts.
I don't think they do it
Just
like
a
that. It's just a regular
regular.
talking circle
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, tonight. So 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And Sober Seams starts at 6 to 8. Right?
Yeah.
So if you can come on
I
out.
don't know.
We should have stew and fry bread.
Stew and
If
fry
you
bread.
started a project with us last month, I just encourage you to bring that back if you need any help, so we can help you and you can have a finished project.
It's Tatum on the other side of the
Our producer today,
Yeah.
side of the
Hi.
camera
Good morning.
Tatum. It's got.
The rest of us, Mr. Mingo, and then me, Carmelo. So
Yeah.
I always forget we need to introduce
I
ourselves,
know.
especially for
I feel like
people.
y'all already know
Yeah,
us. Yeah.
especially if it's people that haven't watched us before. So
Yeah.
we've had people from all over Canada, Germany,
Florida.
Florida.
We should start saying if you're new here,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Give us a
introducing
shout.
ourselves, because
Yeah.
it does feel like everyone should know us by now, but we could always have new viewers.
Yeah, how do they not know you?
Yeah. How do they not know
Yeah,
you? Or you? No. I'm sorry.
you're all over the place all the time.
I
So.
know. Oh yeah, and I forgot. That makes me think of. Oh, we had a Redder put a book together,
Mhm.
and it's like a understanding regalia. So me, J.R. Lone Lodge, Lonnie Street, Vernon Street, we're able to do like a book signing at the Circle Bookstore in the Penn Place this weekend. So that was pretty cool.
What?
Did your hand get tired?
Nah, a little bit. Hey,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was pretty. And man, I haven't been in there in a long time. That Full Circle Bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the movies, man. It's
That's cool.
like real big, tall. Got the ladders. Got the kids section, the fire going on, the little cafe in the back.
Where is that
Nice.
Penn Place. It's I don't know if you've been to that mall. It's across from Penn Square on the south side.
at? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty good, yeah. So yeah, we did it for 3 hours, so it was pretty cool.
Big time.
Yeah. Getting up there.
I thought about starting to write a book, but man, that's an undertaking.
Mm.
Like, kind of like a biography, I guess, just to tell people, like, not even necessarily about, like, just the overcoming story of all the stuff that I've been through over time.
Mm.
Because man, there's been all kinds of grief and trauma in my life ever since I was a kid, since I lost my parents.
Yeah.
And there were, people were always tell me, like, you need to write down stuff more, you need to share more, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, and then someone like was like, you need to write a book, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's an undertaking. I was like, write about yourself is never fun either. So
It's difficult because I started writing my life story, and then it's like, as you're writing, these small, like, little details would come up, and it's like, okay, do I put that in there?
Yeah.
So it's trying to decide how in depth you want this book to go. And I'm like, if I wrote down every little detail, my book would be 1,000,000 pages long. So I don't know. All you can do is start a rough draft and see what comes of that.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just do it.
On, like Nat just said, I should plug my page, but
Mhm.
like that just came about actually with conversations with Tatum one weekend, because she started her page, and I was like, I've been contemplating writing out my own meditations, because I've kind of branched out and started doing my own ministry stuff at the same time, and it just stuff hits me every once in a while. I mean, especially during like for instance, like my meditations lately have been centered around the sadness and loneliness that can come around the holidays, and how you can rely on God to get you through that, and not, but yeah, I started writing those and try to do them on a weekly basis. Do Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of check-ins with everybody. I plan on trying to do my own live on Sunday evenings. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And but yeah, that's just something I've been doing. If you aren't following that, you can follow it. It's called Sacred Fire with Carmelo Rivella Sr. I always try to repost it on my own, so if you're my friend on Facebook, you'll see it anyways. But yeah, that's just something I've been doing with my own writing and stuff, and it's kind of helped me a lot, because it helps me to not just do my own more devotion time and having time with God and learning, but it helps me in my prayer time too, because it helps me to really show gratitude with things that I'm being shown, and things that I can share, and it's just helpful. So yeah, if you want to give me a follow, that'd be cool. I think the last time I checked, I was a little over 200 followers. So it's pretty cool to see the interaction, and every once in a while, and have people reach out. And sometimes it's just simple, like, hey, will you add me to your prayer list, and things like that. And I'm like, of course. I mean, that's that's just part of my daily routine. You know, we all have that same routine,
Yeah.
and so it's just important that you just have that and you develop it over time. And I think it's helped me a lot doing that writing portion and being able to use that to try to. Um, I say it's to help others, but it's really helping me to, develop a deeper relationship with God and help me to develop over time. So, yeah.
Mm. Ooh. Yeah, I've been thinking. I don't know. I know we've been talking about, like Barry talked about, doing some after dark,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought about. I've seen a few of the homies on the Powwow Trail do a couple, like podcasts like this, talk about what they heard, their stories. 49.
Yeah.
I thought about doing my own podcast, and just maybe every so often about powwows or just life, recovery, nutrition, anything like that. Just I don't know. Just I kind of, like Barry said, when we start talking, it's like you get comfortable and you, like, not randomly or rumbling, but just kind of really talking about something. Because like writing a book, all them details come to you, and you're driving or you may be doing something else, and you're like, something like, man, I did feel like that. Or you might have heard somebody else talk about their story. You might have some similar events or results, and it's kind of like, man, I want to. But I'm just glad that it's not like a competition or nothing or jealousy. It's like, just getting it out there and talk about it more. So
Yeah. You remember, I think when we first started working together, I used to have my little notebook and I'd have all my ideas in it all the time
oh yeah,
about things we were trying to do or things we were trying to create. And I found that the other day and I was laughing because I was like, where was my head at back then? Because like some of the stuff was like pretty goofy. And we'd always think that it was like, well, all we got to do is change this or change that. And like I was laughing because my thoughts were so random back then.
yeah.
And I was like, but I was like, I could still go back and be like, oh, well, this is what I was really trying to think about, or this is what I was trying to get across. And so it just made me laugh when I found it.
Hey, you were taking action. You were writing things down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, no matter what that looked like. I'm going to read some of these comments really
Awesome.
quick.
Oh yeah, read our comments.
Nat said, I also ate 2 cake pops.
Oh, see.
Cake pops are so good. Good morning, Natalie.
Yeah, good morning, Stungle.
Charlene says, Nyakit Tatum and the rest of you.
Yeah, Charlene.
Okay.
Shayna says, top of the morning, brothers. Good to see you both. I'm 399 days well. I'm still living a life that will
Awesome.
outlive me. Oh, I like that. Be sure to take a look at my pine cones in front of the building. May y'all have a better
Ooh.
than good day.
Ahoo,
Awesome.
Shayna.
Alan Fletcher says, what did Santa say to the Christmas tree when he was feeling down and frustrated? Bruh, lighten up.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks for the joke.
Yes.
Those are nice. Hello, you should plug your page. Oh, okay, yeah. Leslie says, what happened to Brother Barry?
You gotta ask him.
Yeah.
Barry. Hey.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Leslie says, good morning.
Good morning,
Isaac
Leslie.
Rhodes says, prayers don't need to be perfect and not always out loud.
Yeah.
Very true.
Good morning, Isaac.
Very, very true.
Uncle.
David Deere is tuned in from YouTube. He says, good morning.
Uncle David. Good morning.
Chabon.
Charlene says, maybe y'all haven't noticed, but people listen to y'all. Each of us has a story to share, but not everyone has the courage to put it out there. Expression through storytelling of our lives gives others hope.
Oh,
Yes.
right on.
All of us are still trying to grasp with the idea that people listen to us from time to time. And it's not just because we do the things we do, it's because we share about our life and like the things we've overcome over time and why we are, where we are now and why we do what we do. And I think it's just crazy to think that sometimes because like I would have never put myself in that kind of position or thought I would ever be in a position to where I was going to share any part of my story outside of my family and stuff. And so it's cool to see that and to know that, even if it's just a little small sphere of influence that we have, that, people are getting stronger and better because of the stories they hear.
Good job, Uncle. Good job, Andy. Good job, Uncle.
I mean, especially or not anybody, but they might be like, I'm not sharing with you. I don't know you.
Right.
But it's like, and when you get with people in recovery that kind of got that good spirit and understand, like you're not alone. Everybody's been through something more than you, less than you, or just exactly not equal, but similar to your events, to your situation, and it's I know it makes me mad when some people well, you don't know what I'm going through, you don't understand me. I'm like, well, I don't, but you don't understand me either. I don't understand the next guy or girl that walks by, But it's like we're all going on the same path, so we're just on different pages. We're like, we're all going towards the same way, and we're here to help our brothers and sisters.
Right. And I think it's kind of a point we always come to, because everybody always asks that question, like, well, who are you and how come you can talk to me about whatever it is that they're going through? And I'm like, I'm not anybody. I'm just telling you what my story is and how I got through whatever it was I was going through. I was like, that's all I can do for you. I was like, I'm not some professional. I'm not some therapist or anything like that. And I think all of us kind of go through that stage. And I do it a lot with my family, because my family asks me all kinds of questions all the time. And I'm just like, I'm not perfect. And I will never tell you that I am. I was like, but I've been through some stuff and I can tell you how I got through it. And that's, I think it's just a key part in how we are able to share, and that's why we always talk about sharing, being, recovering out loud, because for the longest time, I was like, there was always a stigma about people being in recovery and they didn't want anybody to know about it. But the culture and the circles that we've seen built because of people's ability to share, has made people stronger over time. So I think it's just important that, we do have that time and we do share with people. And you can see the strength that, all of us have garnered over time, because I know there was a point in time where Barry wouldn't even get in front of people. Cassandra wouldn't even get in front of people. Tatum was scared to get in front of people, and she's become more boisterous and sharing her story and things she's gone through. And so, it's just something that we've developed over time. And I think that as people see it, they kind of grasp onto it, because it's just a strength that not everybody has. And it helps a ton.
Yep. I haven't got a comment, Auntie.
Yes. Oh, I read Charlene's, right? Yeah. Okay. Obi? Is that?
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
Auntie Winona.
Oh.
Winona.
It's been awesome
job,
watching
Auntie.
each of you grow through this work. You have each had some major personal growth in these past few years, and you can hear it in your stories and your ability to share.
Thank you, Auntie.
It's a whole Auntie.
Good job,
If
Auntie.
it wasn't for Winona, Tor wouldn't even be around.
Yeah.
It's crazy that I'm glad she hired Darian and Mingo and myself to get this program started, to start us off. And even though we were in a little closet at the beginning of our tenure,
all them boxes.
Well, yeah, it's crazy to think, like, we talk about it all the time, how we've went from Tour 3 to Tour 4, and now we're the Tour 9, and like how much growth has happened, because for the longest time, like, we tried to do tons of different things, and it was all, hey, maybe someone will show up, maybe someone won't. So it's kind of cool to see how far we've come, just as a program in general, and everything that we can accomplish, even if we're not funded. So
from what I've heard, I wasn't, here with you guys at the very beginning, but it seemed like quite a mess that you guys had to just piece back together and or piece together, build, and like, so some things might look like a mess in the very beginning, but like you never know how that's going to turn out, It's crazy.
That's how I like me, Sister Mackenzie, like we started a group. We had maybe one or two, then we go like a full month with nobody. And I'd be what do you call that? I've been posting in our global and then sending out flyers and stuff, but nothing. And then we hired Cassandra, and it kind of picked up a little bit. Then we partnered with George Hawkins, and that was a kind of a helper, like kind of helped build more and more. And then Barry came, just started building slowly, patiently. And I don't know. And during all that, in that time, I was praying, and something came. Mahiel, he kind of gave me a little vision and said it's gonna get bigger. Just just be patient.
Yeah.
So and then now now look at it. It's full 5 day, and all the conferences we spoke to, and the people we met, bridges we built, and I don't know, it's just amazing. So it's like,
On those days we'd have the meetings, it was always long days for us because we'd
Oh,
go
yeah.
back and then we'd cook all the meals like at the food
oh
pantry.
yeah, we would
when
go
we
work
had the-
out. We clock out,
Yeah.
go work out, cook,
and then we'd cook and then we'd have the meeting. And then sometimes we'd cook like tons of food and then
Yeah.
it'd just be me and Mingo and Kinsey just sitting there and chilling out. And we'd be like, oh, well. Then we invite so we'd be like, okay, family, come over and eat or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was always interesting. And so it took some time, but here we are now.
Yeah.
So
Trial and error.
William Littlebird says, "Good morning, brothers and sisters. Every L you've survived wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. Thank you for the service y'all provided for us."
Ooh,
very true.
thank you, William.
Sharon
Oh.
Beard says, 2 years sober today. God is so good
Congratulations.
to me.
Oh,
I give him
congrats,
all the
Sharon.
praise and glory for what he has done for me in my journey. Everyone have a blessed day, and thank you for all that each of you do and all the sharing.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Good job,
on
Auntie.
2 years.
That's
That's
awesome.
so exciting.
Congrats.
Natalie says, "Remember
job,
the
Auntie.
Skims nickname that got nixed?"
Yeah. Yes.
And
I remember, but I don't know if I should say it on
Yeah,
it.
I want to get kicked off again.
Yeah, we've already got nixed before, so
Next.
we'll tell you afterwards, Tatum, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Isaac Rhodes says, "Everybody learns at a different pace and better in different ways. I enjoy the stories I hear from the group, especially at the dances and powwows. I have a different understanding from all that has been shared, especially from Barry Boat. I am thankful to see all of you, all because for some people are still lost."
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job, Uncle.
Oh, Isaac.
Mary Faye
Mary
says,
Faye.
"Lulu, congrats, sister.
You have to do
breaking
the
the-
actual Lulu,
You have to
Tatum.
Not.
do it.
I'm so
You
sorry.
almost had it.
They can't even see you.
You almost-
You're not even on camera.
We can't even see you.
Tomorrow I got you.
Do Tita's or Cassandra's.
Oh God. Congrats, sister, breaking the cycles, paving a way for our loved ones. I am blessed to see the glory of God working in our lives. Love you."
Good.
Thank you, Mary Faye.
Yeah, that's our
Our
Pawnee
Pawnee.
tour program
Hope you have a
showing
good
up,
Yeah.
showing out.
day.
Mary Faye's getting honored this weekend in Pawnee at the Chamber of Commerce for being some kind of outstanding achievement or something. So she's going to miss the
Yeah.
retreat. So it's kind of awesome. I'm glad she's getting recognized around there for the
Yeah,
things that
does a
she's
lot of
doing
work.
because she's in that phase where we were for a long time where we're trying to figure out what was going to work and what was going to be going good. But she's
Yeah.
doing good over there. Her and her little one lady show that she does all the time.
Mhm.
So
And overdose.
Pawnee ways.
All right, are you about to get
Are you
into
gonna
the
dive right in here?
meditation?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You guys are both such great dads and very active in your kids' lives, and so I think that this meditation would be perfect for you guys.
Oh,
I'll just be quiet now.
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Hey, all right. What's it? December 8th? We're in the fall season. So it says today, we as men should not fear our mates. We should listen to their counsel. Oren R. Lyons, spokesman, traditional circles of elders. The elders say the men should look at women in a sacred way. The men should never put women down or shame them in any way. When we have problems, we should seek their counsel. We should share with them openly. A woman has intuitive thought. She has access to another system of knowledge that few men develop. She can help us understand we must treat her in a good way. Great Spirit, let me look upon the woman in a sacred way. Oh, you want to go first?
I think you got it.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Oh man, a lot comes to my mind. Man, it's yeah, and I learned from an early age, just I didn't have my father around, but my mom, she was the mom and dad, and they helped with my brother and uncles, the work they could put in when they could, but just so thankful for Nakoe, my mother Nakoe. Luna Hale, Sage woman. Um, just very thankful for her and understanding her, and I don't know, learn from an early age, respecting women, not not abuse or beat them up, because or yelling, because you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. It's just that rage you have, and I've seen it. People get abused, and I didn't like it, or men doing, just the rape and all this and that, and I just, I don't know, I just learned early age that, that I guess I want to say, my heel blessed me with that spirit to not, carry that on. And like, like Barry always says, the number one threat is a native man to a native woman, and it's crazy. You think about it, you start looking at, the past and what's right now going on right now, stories I hear. It's like, man, I don't like, yeah, it makes you mad. You want to stop it and kill this, do that, and do that. But what's it going to help, on your side, with how's it gonna make you look and make them look, But I just keep praying, keep burning medicine and pray every day, and as we get better, But I don't know. I feel like when I see my mom and a woman, my wife, and my daughter, my first daughter, Suda, just able to you know be there for her and raise her the right way, and I have two older boys, and my wife has two other older girls, but this is my first daughter, to raise from 0 months to up now. She turned 2. uh and I met this one guy at the clinic. Daughter had an appointment, and he was like, man, she said they're gonna grow fast, enjoy your time. I was like, oh, I was like, thank you. And then he's like, yeah, he's like, mine's 18 now. She's grown, and if she's around you a lot, she's gonna act like you. I'm ornery, so how you're gonna be, she's gonna be just like you. I was like, well, they already say she looks like me, but and I don't know, just I never thought I'd have a daughter, right, before COVID, or and able to meet my wife and just have a good, it's like, man, now I have a daughter, it's amazing, it's happiness. She's so cute and doing girly stuff, messing with hair, paint, nails, the boys, it was totally different. And one of my cousins was like, man, girls are different, just gotta, you'll find out. I said, okay. Their feelings get hurt a little, more, and yell at them, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, okay, all right, that's what my cousin was talking about. But I don't know, it's just, I don't know, that's just what came to my head, and able to learn at an early age, because you could go one way or the other, and being Cheyenne, being protector, and being half Mexican, and seeing how my dad, he wasn't abusive, but he had many girlfriends, from what my mom told me. And but my mom always taught me. She always told me you can only have one, only have one girlfriend, one wife. So don't, you can be a gentleman, but only have one girlfriend. So I was very glad she told me that at an early age, because because cheating, and especially with phones nowadays, it's kind of, it gets crazy out of hand, and it's a different way of cheating, but it's something that can get you in trouble. And but I was glad she told me that a long time ago, because I kept it that way, throughout my life so far. I know I'm still young, still learning, can get better, but yeah, just that's women have a different knowledge, different ways, and like we was at Portland, and JC, from what's their podcast called? I can't think of it right now.
We are
Unspoken
Unspoken words. Yeah, we were doing we're in a breakout session, and we had a big old string. It was about, I don't know, maybe 50 of us, men and women. We're pulling on a string. We're just having a good lesson and good breakout session, and they just wanted the men to hang on, and we had to kind of lean back and pull and hold it, and we had to before we could grab it, we had to say something that what encouraged us to listen, or do help a helper, what's encouraging of doing something good. And JC, he was like, just shut up and listen.
Yeah.
So and I think a lot of that is because a lot of men, we get our ego, we get our ways, we want to take control, and like Barry always say, just take a step sideways and let creator, let him take let him take the control, and just listen, and you know, because you try it your way, Domingo's way, Carmelo's way, Barry, David Levi's way, you know, and it's not going to get us anyway, you know. It can just right back into where we was. So Mahio knows the way, you know. And I always pray, like, help us understand what we don't understand. Because sometimes I'm like, why, you know, why we got to do it this way or that way? Like, all right, you know, I know it's always in your hands. You know what's going on, you know. But thank you, Mado. Aho. That's all I got.
Thank you. Good share.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, there's been some pretty strong women in my life. I wouldn't be who I am without the ladies that raised me and taught me and disciplined me, and that goes from my school teachers to my mother figures in my life. You know, I lost my maternal mom when I was 8 years old, and God blessed me enough, looked after me enough to put me into a family that was going to guide me and strengthen me and mold me into who I am today. And the lady that raised me did it as a single mom. And she already had 3 kids of her own, and she took in me and my brother and showed a lot of resilience, showed a lot of strength, and was very intuitive in moments where you thought that you needed or knew something enough to where you're going to be able to get through it on your own wisdom and things. And she made sure I understood that you need to take the time to slow down and to, you know, kind of take a breath and understand that, hey, even if you don't know what God is doing right in that moment in time, like, he's still working, and he's always going to be there, and he's always going to be a source of comfort no matter what sadness or grief or trauma you're going through. And that's the faith you have to have when you're going through things. And I just remember those distinct conversations with her all the time, because, like I said, I grew up and had a lot of grief and a lot of trauma in my life, to where I was losing people in my life, and to where now I'm one of the oldest people in my family, and I'm only 43 years old. And like, there's hardly any aunts or uncles left. There's no grandparents left, and most of us have lost all of our parents. And so my cousins and my nieces and my nephews and have all started to reach out to, you know, us older ones, and we're not even like in the elder stage of our lives yet. And it's something I've had to take on, like, the majority of my life, because I had to grow up really fast because of the things that I had to go through and the environments I was put in. And I think that, you know, Donna, the lady that raised us, being the way that she was, knew that all that was going to happen. And she knew that the things we were going to have to face. And she helped prepare me and my brother in the best way she could to face it all. And to understand that that's a strength that comes from not just herself, but from God, and that she tried to instill that into us, even enough to where she knew that in the future we would have people in our lives that would probably come and they would go. And she was like, you have to be ready for that. There's going to be loss. There's going to be heartache. There's going to be pain. But if that person was meant to be there, they would still be there. And I think it's important to understand that, even to the point to where she had us praying for whoever our future wife was, because you never know what they were going through. You never know what environment they were in. You never know what situation they're in. They could be in a house that was full of abuse. They could be in a house that was struggling to find food that day. But if you're there praying for them, and you knew that you were asking God to take care of them, then you knew that they're at some point going to come into your life and they're going to be better, because of those prayers. And I think that was like that, you know, that kind of floored me when I first heard it, because I was like, who does that? Or who thinks like that? And I was like, man, only my mom would have done that. And so that relationship that I got to build with her helped develop me into being the dad that I am. And because I had to, everything she taught me about being a father was not because she had a great dad or anything like that. It was because she had to learn how to do it on her own. And that's not to put down her father or anything like that, because I never got to have that kind of relationship with him. But she understood that being a single mom, she still had to teach boys how to be great dads. And um, I think that now with Mello, it was different. I raised him different. And if you ever to talk to him or see him or anything, he's literally like, he's a giant version of me now. I used to call him my mini me, but now he's way bigger than I am and could knock me around if he felt like it, but don't let him know that. So, it's just the relationship dynamic between me and my daughters now is like, I have to show them and spoil them enough to where like whoever comes into their lives or wants to be in their lives has to be there. They're already at a standard. Like they know like, hey, like if you can't take care of me as good or better than my dad did, then you don't deserve to be in my life. And that's the vision and the thoughts I have to try to portray to them is like, it goes beyond just telling somebody you love them. It's showing them like, hey, like I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to do that, this is who I am. And I think that my mom helped instill that into me, and my aunts and everybody else, and even my sisters to a degree now, and they've helped me understand, like, hey, this is what we see. And they've even helped ground me at some points in my life, because I remember there were several times in my life where I was struggling, and I'd go home and I'd see my sisters and they'd be like, well, just say what it is you're going through. And they would be like, you need to just, kind of take a step back and realize that, like whatever it is you're going through, God's going to be able to handle it. And it took some times for people like literally to almost kind of, they tell you to kind of slap the taste out of your mouth or whatever, because I remember there were plenty of times they didn't actually do that, but there was plenty of times where it felt like that, because I would think I would go into tons of situations thinking I had control over different things, and I'd never had any control over anything. Or thought I knew everything about a certain situation, and I didn't know anything. And so I had to face those. And my sister's always grounded me to a point to be like, well, did you pray about it yet? Or my mom would be like, did you pray about it yet? And to hear that and to understand like, well, if I'm not praying about it, then I know that my mom's praying about it. And I don't know about you guys, but to know that there's people out there that are praying for you is a huge blessing. And to know that I'm not the only one that's going to God with my problems or things that I'm going to, like your circle of fellowship, your circle of people that you have in your life is very important, because if you have those people that are praying for you at the same time as you're offering your own prayers, like that's powerful. That's a huge blessing. And that's why I try to that people, those people in your life that are part of that circle that you rely on and that you confide in and things like that, that know stuff about your life that need prayer, is important. And that's why I never hesitate to tell people, like, if you need even just somebody to pray for you, like, I'm here, because that's powerful and it helps people more than I think they even realize at times. And that's something that my mom taught me, the ladies in my life taught me. And so that's kind of the things I've held on to as I've grown up, and how they've taught me over time, and how we should listen to their counsel. We should take time to even sit down and listen. And I tell my girls that all the time. I was like, you need to listen to your mom. You need to listen to your grandma, your aunties and things, because they're showing you things that are going to help you get through at some point in your life. Whether it's just, hey, show respect for yourself by keeping your room clean. Show respect for yourself and for your parents or for your aunt by saying a prayer before the meal, or shaking their hand at a point in time, or giving a hug at a point in time. Like, you can't just take for granted the people in your life, because at some point the very next day they might not be there. I was like, so that hug might be the last one you get from them. So cherish those times, cherish the moments, and make sure that you understand that whatever wisdom they're giving to you is very important. So that's my share.
Get one more.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna
No.
read
Good
these.
job,
Mary
Uncle.
Good
Faye
job,
says,
Uncle.
thank you, Cheyenne and Arapahoe Tour, for inspiring me with your walk, your talk, I can't do this alone. All glory to God. None of this would be possible without Him and my sobriety. Life is not perfect. Giving it all to God and allowing Him to do His wondrous works. Thy will be done, not mine.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Good job,
Aunt says, good morning, my people.
Morning.
Mary Faye says, oh, and our head Pawnee chief, Pat Leading Fox, has 29 years of sobriety. What a blessing to have our leadership living a good example for our people.
Dudahe.
Hey.
It is good. Sherry says, good morning, guys. I like today's meditation. In today's society, women are not held sacred like back in the days. Nowadays, disrespect is taught, and that is sad. How many really go and check on our women elders to make sure that they're all right? That's so
Oh,
true. Kimberly says,
Oh, what do?
Tracy says, good morning, my people from Fountain Valley. Today I'm living with 145 days clean and happily sober.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tracy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And Biale says, Yate
Shit.
should
Danae.
That was my
I
best
was like,
shot.
I'll let y'all try that.
Yeah, Danae. That's a brother from we met at Portland.
Yeah, we met in
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to talk about the meditation, but I feel called.
Oh, do it. Do it.
So, like, women are just so resilient and just like natural caretakers and leaders and like providers and nurturers and all that, right? So that, like, that's what, like, especially right when Josie was born, like, I was 20 years old, you know? I was still a baby myself, but I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to cook. I wanted to have a clean home. I wanted to have a family and all of that, right? Well, I think that as women, and I'm not just saying women, there's a ton of good men that take charge and, you know, work so hard and still come home and take care of kids and all of that. But this is just a pattern I've seen in the course of my life. So I start being a nurturer and providing and doing these things, right? Cooking and cleaning. And then it's just like expected of me. And then it's expected to be like only my responsibility, you know? So now having a partner that doesn't expect that of me, you know what I mean? It made me really look into the word like partnership, you know, and like really think into that, because it's not just you and it's not just me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I didn't have to cook all weekend. Like, and I enjoyed that, you know what I mean? And it's not like things are being expected of me. So like, whether it be your wife or your mom or your grandma or whoever, I just encourage you, your partner, your husband even, to check in with them. And that's been the greatest like thing for me in my relationship, is once a week just sitting down and saying like, how can I better show up for you? How can I be there for you this week? You know, you're having long days this week. How can I, you know, do you need me to cook? Do you need me to do the lawn? Like, how can we help each other? And in that, I feel that is a true like partnership. And you're not going to have one person that starts to, you know, get frustrated and then you start to pull away because you're doing everything by yourself. And that's how you grow together. And it's taken me a lot of failed relationships and a lot of hard times to learn that, you know, but I'm grateful for that process and to be where I'm at today and know what I deserve so that I can teach Josie what she deserves too.
Absolutely.
So.
Ooh, yeah, trial and error. Thank you for sharing, Tatum. Thank you, Carmelo. Thank you, Domingo. Yeah.
Thank you, Domingo.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners, for, you know, tuning in and commenting and, you know, what's going on in your life and about today's meditation, or, you know, what's ahead. So, and your sober dates. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We love celebrating those with you guys. So yeah.
Just a few more comments. Cassie says, good morning.
Good morning, Cassie.
Obiales from Utah.
Oh, Utah. Yeah. It's like the Dene reservation up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for tuning in, brother.
Well, like we said, I appreciate everything you guys do and sharing and liking our stuff and following us everywhere. And But this week we have Sober Seams tomorrow evening starting at 6. Come out and eat and make something with us. Recovery is doing a retreat this weekend, so we may take our podcast stuff up there. It would be crazy if we didn't. So we'll probably set some stuff up and do a live from out there a couple times this weekend. So that's where we'll be at this weekend over in Holbert. At Cherokee Club. So if you haven't signed up yet, you still have time to do that. We're taking those signups until Thursday. So it doesn't look like we have anything else going on this week. We have camp tomorrow as well. I'm trying to look at that calendar too because there's stuff over there. But I can't tell. You have yoga.
Oh yeah, Wednesday yoga. I'll
do it live.
Yeah, I'll be going live with yoga. I think about noon. It's 30 minutes.
We have our regular meetings as always this week. Mondays 7:00. Tuesday women's meeting. It's also at 7:00. Oh, that'll be our Sober Seams.
Yep.
Thursday. Talking circle.
Yep.
No, Wednesday we'll have our Oklahoma City circle at noon.
Yeah.
So if you need a noon meeting, a lunchtime meeting, come and sit with us. And then Thursday 7:00. And are we having a Friday meeting right now? Where'd you go?
I think men's night?
I don't know. Well, it normally is, but I think everybody's going to be in Holbert.
Oh yeah.
That normally
So I don't know about
conduct
this.
them. So
Yeah.
we'll let you guys know before the end of the week about the meetings on Thursday and Friday. Most likely Thursday is probably going to happen. Friday, we don't know yet. So we'll let you know. So yeah, we appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have questions for Barry, shoot him a message.
Yeah.
He has, there's a lot going on in our lives, and we don't ever want to take anybody for granted. And we love everybody that gets to share. So we're working on just kind of putting a schedule in to where there's always going to be different faces on our live because there's 9 of us that work for this group, and sometimes different things can become overwhelming, and we're always all over the place all the time. But you may see different faces here every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's not a bad thing. So we all have our own knowledge and stories to share. So
yeah,
appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
We got 2 comments.
Oh yeah.
So, William Littlebird says every king has to have a queen, and every queen needs a king in life. God created us to be together, so that will tell you they can both learn from each other. I hope I made sense. You did.
Yeah, thank you, William.
Yes. There's a lot of strength in one person, but there's even more strength in 2.
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly says, Wado for sharing.
Oh.
Of course. I hope you're doing well and having a good day. I think we're going to go to lunch now, so thank you all for tuning in.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll see you tomorrow.